A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a landmark decision on Wednesday, a U.S. appeals court ruled that President Donald Trump can move forward with his plans to cut billions in foreign assistance funds that had been approved by Congress. This 2-to-1 ruling overturned a previous injunction from a federal judge in Washington, who had determined that the administration was breaching the Constitution's separation of powers by withholding funds that Congress had allocated. The ruling marks a significant victory for Trump's administration as it seeks to reshape U.S. foreign aid policy and reduce funding for programs that the president deems unnecessary. Critics of the Trump administration have condemned this move as an overreach of executive power, arguing that it undermines Congress's authority to allocate funds. The case stems from a lawsuit filed by several advocacy groups, including the AIDS Vaccine Advocacy Coalition and the Journalism Development Network, both of which rely on federal funding to support their operations. The appellate court's majority opinion, penned by Circuit Judge Karen Henderson, stated that the plaintiffs lacked standing to challenge the administration's actions, asserting that they did not meet the legal criteria necessary to qualify for a court injunction. This ruling effectively allows the administration to withhold approximately $4 billion designated for the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, and another $6 billion earmarked for HIV and AIDS programs. Judge Henderson was joined in her decision by Gregory Katsas, a Trump appointee. However, the dissenting opinion from Judge Florence Pan, who was appointed by President Joe Biden, warned that this ruling facilitates the executive branch's unlawful behavior and threatens the balance of power that is foundational to American democracy. Judge Pan criticized the majority for enabling what she described as a dangerous precedent that could lead to tyranny by consolidating excessive authority in the executive branch. The court's ruling comes amidst a backdrop of ongoing tensions between the Trump administration and various advocacy groups that argue the president's actions are detrimental to public health and humanitarian efforts worldwide. The administration has faced criticism from former presidents, including Barack Obama and George W. Bush, who have voiced their concerns over the drastic cuts to foreign aid. Shortly after taking office, Trump imposed a 90-day moratorium on all foreign aid and subsequently announced plans to significantly reduce the scope of USAID, which was originally established by Congress to deliver humanitarian assistance globally. This has raised alarms about the potential impact on millions of people who rely on U.S. aid for food, medicine, and other essential services. Critics argue that the executive branch does not possess the authority to unilaterally dismantle congressionally mandated agencies and that Congress has the constitutional power to allocate funds for foreign assistance. Despite these concerns, the current Republican-controlled Congress has passed legislation that allows the administration to reclaim nearly $9 billion in foreign aid. The appeals court ruling has been hailed as a victory by the Trump administration, with Attorney General Pam Bondi stating that the Department of Justice will continue to defend the president's authority against what she described as judicial overreach. As the legal battle continues, the plaintiffs are expected to seek a review of the case by the full appeals court, which could ultimately lead to a Supreme Court decision on the matter. This ruling not only impacts the future of U.S. foreign aid, but also raises critical questions about the balance of power between Congress and the presidency. With the stakes higher than ever, the implications of this decision will be felt across the globe as millions await the fate of crucial humanitarian assistance. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.